Hey guys, it's Mike with Redneck Politics, where a real American voices matter. Look, guys, I'm working on this lighting right now, so bear with me. I'll try to get it fixed as soon as possible. I didn't want to bring this to you today because this Epstein case is not going anywhere. I don't know. Some of you may have already heard that there's a ranch that was owned by Epstein out in New Mexico called the Zorro Ranch. Well, it's been known that for quite some time, just like everybody knew about the rest of Epstein's properties where he lived. But nobody really paid a whole lot of attention to it until these emails started dropping. And you know, the more they drop, and some of it is just a drip, but the more they drop, the more stuff, the interesting stuff's coming out. Because they had an investigation going on Zorro Ranch back in 2018, 2019, but it was Trump's DOJ that got in touch with New Mexico authorities and said, drop the case. Done. Get rid of it. And they did so. Now, why they did, I don't know. Who ordered this? Who ordered it for this investigation to be stopped? Because if you're trying to get to finding out answers, there you go. I mean, it's people like that we have to get in front of Congress and question them to find out, you know, along the way of things that has happened, it has transpired all the way up until now. But that's who you need to do. Okay, you need to go. New Mexico authorities, why you got an investigation? Okay, no problem. And then you have the feds step in, Department of Justice, Trump's Department of Justice under Barr, step in and say, nah, we're done with that. Though the feds knew this whole time that he was being investigated down in South Florida, up in New York, they had known he had been a child sex trafficker back in 2007, 2008. They knew that then. But now here we are, 2018, 2019. So let's just say nobody knew anything whatsoever, which we know that's not true because you had survivors coming up. You had survivors going to the authorities. You know, so we knew, and it kept being shoved back. I guess if you got the right people in there, you can get your shit shoved back. And apparently that's what's happened because there was an email that was dropped. Don't know anything about it. Don't know who wrote it because everything's being redacted, you know. But the email, and I'll try to describe it to you the best I can, but it's someone talking to someone else, and we don't know if this someone else was Jeffrey or Ghislaine or whoever it was that received it. But we know that the sender it was sent, we know it was received, and both of those were redacted. But the email said something about and it's almost like it was in code, right? It says, outside the hills in Zorro, 2 foreign girls are buried on Epstein's orders. Get with Miss G. Now, you can pretty much, you can take that any way you want. You can say, oh, Mike, that's nothing, and it may not be nothing. But I'm not sure about that because the deal is this man got into sex trafficking. There's been things that has been said along the way that we've heard, but where somebody had said, yeah, they really tortured this girl. So we know they were into that. You know, these guys, these Johns that were coming to Epstein to get these girls, you know, they're coming in to get young girls. Number one, they know they're wrong. Number one, they know it's illegal. But they have such a fucking perversion, and they have such a draw that they can't stop themselves. And some of them will go to that degree to where they're hurting others, and then it just escalates from there. Now, I know everybody has heard of these snuff films, and I'm not saying that is what happened here because I don't know. But I know this. From the time that Jeffrey Epstein has started, or by the time that somebody actually found out in the early 2000s, all the way up till now, you can see where Jeffrey Epstein and his Johns would escalate things as they go. So therefore, I can't actually rule that out. But I know this, if that is true, and there is 2 foreign girls buried on that property, we need to find them. But that's the new stuff coming out on Epstein right now. Look, this is not going nowhere, people. It's not going nowhere. You have got Trump and his cronies trying so hard to bury this as deep as they can, and the thing of it is it's not happening. You've got too many different people saying no. This does not happen. If you're a fucking pedophile, you're a child rapist, you're a child molester. No, we're not letting it go. Your ass has got to get gone. That's what's happening. And then Trump goes to New Mexico today, campaigning against Massey, who is a Republican just like he is, but Massey is the one that brought him and Ronico, they brought the Transparency Act to the floor. It was voted in unanimously, and Trump signed it into law. Ever since then, they have violated this more times than you can shake a stick, man. When does this happen? When does it stop? When does somebody finally say enough is enough, and you take it out of the hands of his cronies at DOJ and you put it in the hands of some real investigators with some federal judges overseeing it? But if all these rich dudes have been doing this shit all this time, and even the people that knew it, you were just as complacent. So it doesn't surprise me all this new shit's coming out. What's going to surprise me is if anybody does a damn thing about it. You guys, if you like this kind of content, hit the alert bell. Please hit that like for me. And by all means, keep subscribing, because that keeps me up here running my mouth. So, you guys, y'all have a good day. Nothing but peace and love to you all, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.